let's get into... Alright, Hybrid, you take care. Feel better soon, bud. Let's head into House Forton. Maison Forton. Why do they not call it that? Though your assistance is most welcome, I fear it will not be enough. Few as we are, we will struggle to reach the Lord Commander. If we are to succeed, we must needs recruit others to our cause. Okay, these are just going to be constructed. Oh, should I say? I shouldn't say that out loud whenever I'm about to receive them. Well, how are we to carry out this bold endeavor? Even with the army of knights at our backs, a direct assault on the vault seems unlikely to succeed. You are correct, Master Alphinaud. Not even the assembled might of House Forton and the Temple Knights would be sufficient. With the support of another party, however, we may yet stand a chance. You speak of one of the other high houses. Precisely the opposite. I speak of the revolutionaries rumored to reside in the Broom. It was these disgruntled guardians who opened the gates of our city to the heretics, I believe. But of course, if the hatred of the Holy See drove them to such deeds, they might well be persuaded to assist in Sir Emmerich's rescue, knowing the truth he would lay bare. Such is my hope, Master Alphinaud, and I would have you and Phaedwin reach out to them. As a Temple Knight and sworn servant of the Holy See, any overtures I make are doomed to fail. But as outsiders, the two of you may receive a warmer welcome. Very well. We shall seek out the leader of these revolutionaries and make our case. My thanks, Estinian. Will your brothers heed your command if you order them to stand aside? Oh, sorry. Did I do the wrong way? The dragoons have no love for politics, my lady. They will gladly watch and wait while the highborn fight among themselves. How very wise. Phaedwin, we should hurry to the Forgotten Knight. Tataru may have knowledge of the revolutionaries. Phaedwin, Alphinaud. Gods, I've been worried sick. So good to see you. And you, Tataru, how did you manage to escape the chaos of the streets? Gibrion and the others barricaded the doors until the heretics left. No one was harmed, thankfully. But what about you two? What came of your journey? You're not serious. What was Sir Emmerich thinking? I mean, the way you two talk about him, I wouldn't have believed... Anyway, I've heard rumors of the people you're looking for, but I doubt they'll be of much use. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that they're led by someone called the Mongrel. A queer moniker if I've ever heard one, but mayhap it will make the individual in question easier to find. Come, let us make inquiries below. Eh? What's that? Speak up! I can't hear as well as I used to. That's... That was the whole encounter. I don't know a god's damn thing about the Mongrel, but if I did, you can be sure I wouldn't tell you. Not a single shred of information. Just as I expected. These revolutionaries would not have evaded capture for so long without the masses' complicity. Still, it is good to know that Tataru's ears are as sharp as ever. Frustrating though it may be, we must press on. While I continue speaking with the people of the Broom, why not go and see if Gibrion knows aught of value? As a proprietor of the Forgotten Knight, surely he must have heard whispers of the Mongrel before. We can only hope that he'll be more forthcoming than the others. Go back the way you came. No. People long for a sympathetic ear, but they need to know that it comes with tight lips. Discretion, Phaedwin. That's what my customers expect. If they don't if they don't get it, then I don't get them. That being said, I'm not without my sympathies. I've heard the tales, and I know you've done right by highborn and lowborn alike. Least I can do is point you in the right direction. But to do that, I'll need you to do something for me. So it happens there's a hunter up in the Crozier who owes me a fair bit of coin. However, I've agreed to accept payment in fresh herbs. Go and get them for me. Agreed. Hope he appreciates how much trouble I had to go through on account of his bloody herbs. Hope to enjoy them while they last, because I doubt I'll be able to find any more next year. Well, you gonna hand them over or not? Fresh ebb, sir. Alright, this ought to do it. With a few other spices, I can make it just like she used to. There are a few things which stir the hearts of men like a sip of mulled wine. Share a glass with the right people, and who knows what stories they'll share. I wonder if I should just be taking the gill. Now that I think on it, there's a woman I know who's rather fond of this blend. Berthia is her name, and she resides in the Pillars. She's a maidservant of some noble house or another I forget. Anyway, it'd be a shame if she didn't get to try this wine. Why not give her a bottle? Yes, I'm here, though. I beg your pardon, do I know you, miss? I know this smell. This is the wine that girl used to prepare. Her special recipe. It must be decades since I last tasted this. Oh, the poor dear. Such a shame that she was taken in by that baron. He cut a dashing figure, I'll grant you that. Tall, slender, long of ear. But those dazzling ruby eyes were filled with lust. It was not more than infatuation, what she felt, but she convinced herself it was love, and he couldn't help but take advantage. When her belly started to grow, gods, the scandal! I mean, 'tis not an uncommon occurrence, but that it was with a Huron made it so much, well, I needn't tell you. She was discharged from his service, cast out onto the streets like so much refuse. After she returned to the broom, we drifted apart. I only learned of her death years later by chance. Amorous nobleman beds his maidservant, and casts her aside when the seed takes root. Not the most original tale, is it? Cold comfort for the women and children who live it, though. Even the penitent can appreciate wine from time to time. Take Giraldo, for example. Really, you've heard of him, no? He's a monk who offers succor to the poorest of the poor in the broom. A man of many vows, but none which prohibit spirituous beverages. Aye, if ever there was a man who deserved a drink, it'd be him. Alone's blessing be upon you, miss. A gift for me? The scent, how reminiscent of a wine once made by a dear old friend, may her soul rest in peace. Forsaken by her family, she toiled tirelessly to feed and clothe her child. Yet somehow she found time to help me tend to those even in worse circumstances. So compassionate she was, so full of love for her fellow man. It was that love which gave her child strength to endure the scorn of the other younglings. Ugh. That little girl, bless her heart, she couldn't help what she was. Eventually she won them over, but those first few years were trying, even more so when she had to start fending for herself. I remember days she spent standing on the walls, raven black hair flowing in the wind, staring out, as if searching for her mother's face in the mists. Raven black hair, you say? This remarkable woman, Phaedwin. Of everything she was forced to endure, she still remained hopeful for the future, for her daughter's future. Some bonds are thicker than blood, but blood still defines us, and divides us in the end. It's a legacy of our parents, Phaedwin, and we can't escape it, no matter how hard we try. So the mongrel and her pups chose to embrace theirs. Proclaim it to all and sundry. If you can understand that, then maybe you can find her on your own. Still looking for your mongrel? Like I said before, take your pick. Plenty around if you know where to look. Or did you fancy someone specific? Looking for a mongrel with ruby red eyes and raven black hair. Oh, someone's got unusual tastes. I'm afraid I can't help you, though. Won't, rather. It's bloody obvious you ain't the broom. You think I'd just tell you because you asked nicely? Have you made any progress, Phaedwin? So our mongrel was born of an Elysian noble and a Huron maidservant. Granted, it is no location, but it is far more information than we had before. Yes, now that our striking features are known to us, mayhap we need only remain vigilant. There must be a way we can draw the mongrel out into the open. Mayhap we should discuss this with Tataru. Speaking of which, where is Tataru? She... Oh, oh, confound it. She went be... Oh, confound it. She went below to make inquiries on her own, did she? We must find her quickly, Faedwin. I have a premonition this was not going to end well. She must be around here somewhere. I take it you've had no luck either. Ah, I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. Wait, down there. Isn't that Tataru? Those men are chasing her. Quickly, Faedwin, after them.
Where do you think you're going, Missy?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
What's going on here?
What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Hold on. I've seen them around. They're in and out of House 4 Tom's Manor all the time.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh? Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
Haha! Listen to the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Hilda!
Lay a finger on the Blue Blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand. And often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
Before you start, let's go somewhere a bit more private, eh? The Forgotten Knights, eh? Gonna be rough. Oh man, the wealth of communication there.
So, while you're on your way to kill Nidhogg, you stumbled on some dirty secrets that the Holy See has been hiding for centuries.
Eh? What are they on about?
The high houses. And what makes a nobleman so bleeding noble? They trace their blood back to King Thordan and his Knights 12, the founders of Ishgard. But our friends here reckon we're all descended from the heroes of Eld. Highborn and lowborn alike. And so Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, has gone to ask the Archbishop if he wouldn't mind letting everyone know.
Is he simple? The old bastard will have him executed for heresy.
Well, seems to me that's what the good sir wants. Seems he thinks a noble sacrifice will serve to prove his claims.
We cannot stand idly by and allow Sir Emmerich to do this. Ishgard has need of him.
Look, you've a good heart, I can see that. Willing to risk your neck for someone else even when his troubles ain't yours. But what's this got to do with me?
If Sir Emmerich is imprisoned in the vault, we will need all the help we can muster to breach their defenses and rescue him.
What in the hell's...
Ah, the unmistakable scent of heresy. And what do we have here? The honored guests of House Fortom consorting with the Queen of Rats. Ooh, plotting insurrection, I shouldn't wonder. That won't do. Sickness is wont to fester and spread. It must be burnt out ere the infection takes hold.
I reckon Sir'd be happy to wield the irons himself. Well, so happens I've got irons of my own.
Oh, damn.
Such simple creatures, rats. Certain to attack when cornered. Let us step outside, milady. In here your toys could hurt someone.
Is that elf dead or like a permanent fixture? Oh, I just realized Archfond is here. Kaboom.
There's no denying your gifts. A well-deserved reputation indeed.
Enough!
It's impressive in a robe.
Lucky bastard.
Nay, 'tis we who are lucky. Had we fought on, 'twas but a matter of time before our conflict claimed the life of an innocent bystander.
I thought the Heavensward might come here as well.
They came to the Temple Knights' headquarters.
Aye. Sir Grinno announced that the Lord Commander had been imprisoned under suspicion of heresy, and that the Heavensward had been granted full authority in his stead.
Then the Heavensward now commands the Temple Knights.
Those still loyal to Sir Emmerich answer to me. Alas, that amounts to but half our number. The other half, who opposed his promotion to Lord Commander, have gathered at the vault as ordered.
Bolstering the guard already, eh? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were expected.
I take it you're in charge around here?
Hilda, and yes, the young master was just persuading me to join his lost cause. Convincing little beggar, isn't he? Aye, your passion moved me. A bit. That, and the fact that we're sick of living off the leavings of our betters. If you've a mind to change things around here, then we've a mind to join you.
Okay. So now we fight the church. Let me guess, you're wondering why I chose the mongrel, right? Because it's what I am. I'm not ashamed of it. Not anymore. Besides, even my pureblood pups have more in common with me than the lords and ladies up on high. Though none of them were well-bred. Else some of the mothers were cast out for a spot of fun, same as mine. Story old as time, and one we're sick of hearing, which is why we took up arms. Not that we mean to hold all the blue bloods to account. Some have done right by us, I'll allow, like in the house Hyanot. Of course you'd know all about that, wouldn't you? But enough talk. Your friend's still rotting in his cell. Not keep him waiting. We've been working in secret to undermine the Holy See and the High Houses. That much I'll acknowledge. This nonsense about us throwing wide the gates for the heretics is just that. Nonsense. If not you, then who? You Temple Knights, of course. Reckoned it was your beloved Sir Emmerich's doing at first, but then I heard how he lost his head. The next best guess would be the Heavensward. The way they have the perfect excuse to go door to door through the broom. Slaughter the heretics and their sympathizers in one fell swoop. The Heavensward's scheme did not account for Lady Iceheart's intervention, and so they have been forced to improvise. A fine bloody mess, ain't it? But the die is cast, so what's the plan? We must divert the attention of the High Houses away from the city, and to do that, we must need the cooperation of your allies in the service. What makes you think I have friends in high places? You would be fools not to, given your goals. Low-born knights are ideal recruits. Most swore fealty only out of a desire for a better life. If offered an opportunity to shed the yoke and live for themselves, who among them would not at least be tempted to take it? Rare is the man eager to die for a cause he does not hold dear. But it need not come to that this day. If they and their fellow knights are deployed afield to deal with a new threat, a massing of heretics for example, then they will be unable to join in the defense of the vault. Huh. Spread false reports of an attack to get him out of your harm's way, you mean? The city will not soon forget the heretics' last assault. If the High Houses believe another attack is imminent, they will have no choice but to act. Can it be done? Can we trick them into leaving Ishgard? Aye. Can we keep them out for long? Not bloody likely. Make sure you're ready before I send word, because you won't get a second chance at this. Then it is settled. To the vault. The Archbishop must be held to account. And the Lord Commander granted his liberty. Okay, to me, everyone. We have two objectives. Rescue Sir Emmerich and apprehend the Archbishop. We will therefore divide our forces into two parties. Stinian and I will make ready to breach the underground jail and search for the Lord Commander. We will not move, however, until the second party has entered the vault. I speak of your party, Warrior of Light, together with the Lord Oshfon and Master Alphinaud. For this plan to succeed, you will need to fight your way into the highest levels of the vault, even unto the Archbishop's private chambers. When the Heavensward realizes what you intend, they will fly to their master's side, leaving only a token force to guard the gale. To guard the jail. Temple Knights loyal to our cause have already secured the entrance to the vault. Once you are within, they will signal to us. If all goes to plan, we shall rejoin you with Sir Emmerich and confront the Archbishop together. Is everyone clear as to their duties? Let us do what needs to be done. The others are in position, Mistress Faedwin. I will send word once you and your party have entered. The vault is not accessible. Oh, shit. It's a dungeon. Can I do this with NPCs? Yes. Great. I don't know why I didn't expect that to be a dungeon. Huh, okay. Well, what foods do I have that I can eat? Spell speed? Alright, we are straight up massacring the church here. This is interesting.
Away with you!
I shall show you something special.
Oh, they just threw a fireball?
Have at thee!
Alright, first boss fight is here. A knight of the Heavensward! What? What happened? Are they still human? And they leave doom bubbles behind? Cool, I guess. How are they gonna use holy? What the shit?
Show you something special.
I don't know why I didn't expect crazy clerics and Templars to transform, but here we are. a pretty cool dungeon. Oh, cool.
Away with you! To the House of Leveilleur!
I shall show you something special.
Okay, boss number 2. Sir Grino the Bull.
Pieces.
Away with you!
I will not yield to you.
Oh! That's definitely not human. Dude, what is this dude?
Away with you! Focus. Release!
Down with you!
Guessing that was a white knight. I think it was 2 black knights before.
I shall show you something special.
I was wondering why the priest was on his own in here.
Away with you!
Okay, final boss. Some Elden Ring shit here.
Filthy rats! Be done with you!
Oh. I was not looking. I'm sitting here waiting for there to be something that pushes you off of this platform.
I shall show you something special.
Oh, neat.
Sickness must be purged!
So it summons those that just walk across the map, and you just dodge them. And there's a chain mechanic. I guess you have to break the chain by walking far enough away, then ignore these pyroclasms, or avoid pyroclasms. Alright, break the chain. Yeah, that's the way that works.
I have my pride.
Where'd he go?
And now the final cut!
Oh, I'm guessing I gotta destroy these quickly.
This shall be a mercy. You disgust me. Sickness must be purged. Be done with you.
Okay, now there are two waves of the knights.
Sickness must be purged.
Away with you!
Sickness must be purged. Be done with you.
Oh no! Oh no! I thought we had the DPS. Oh, I screwed that up. I was just standing there chucking damage. Just watching the DPS meter. I was like, we got this. We didn't have that. Wow, okay, so if the knight touches you, then you reset? Or did I just take... I don't know. Either got pushed off or I took enough damage, or it touches you and you have to reset. One of those, but... wasted limit break. It just didn't do enough damage. Fine, we'll just use it when it hits tier 1.
threats. Be done with you.
Away with you!
Sickness must be purged. And now the final curtain.
I shall show you something special.
This shall be a mercy. You disgust me. Sickness must be purged.
Alright, so this is 2 waves, we know that.
Be done with you.
Bear witness.
Sickness must be purged. Sickness must be purged. Be done with you.
There we go. Yeah, I was right there. Like a nanosecond away from knocking him out the first time. Oh well.
Our power! How can this be? Fall back!
Did they like break Sir Emmeric's arm or what?
Father, please!
For a mercy, we were not too late.
Why must you do this, Father?
Morton Doll, hello. How are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in.
Nidhogg is fallen. There is no need for further deception. Now is the time to renounce the lies which led us down this path. To start anew.
We're just beating up on the Catholic Church here.
Pillars of our society, our history, our values, everything we have built over 1,000 years. A fool to the last.
How are you settling in with the house? Uh-oh.
Look out!
No! Oh.
Go. Asisla awaits.
Lord Orchefort.
Man, Arsh won't do shit to anybody. You just being nice and French.
It's no good. The wound is too deep. It refuses to mend.
Oh. Damn it. Can I like shove Phoenix down in there?
You are unharmed. Forgive me. I could not bear the thought of... Oh, do not look at me so. A smile better suits a hero.
I hate that. I hate that. I don't think I'll ever get around to personally playing it, but I will definitely watch playthroughs. Pretty sure this precedes Elden Ring. Yeah, you're right. True. I know not what to say. The others, they're gathered at Fortall Manor. Oh, this is gonna be even sadder. I'm gonna have to, like, whenever I get to the next VODs I'm editing for Final Fantasy 14 for the YouTube channel, I'm gonna have to pay close attention, because I swear, like, whenever we first started meeting, like, Amric's dad and all, I was like, oh, yeah, there's no way this guy is gonna turn out to be a bad guy, right? I'm pretty convinced that like in any like RPG, if anyone shows up looking like the Catholic Church, they're evil. You know? The others are. Please enter, Mistress Fortune.
Don't. Please. A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There is no greater calling. Leave me to mourn and give chase. For my son, and for the nation he loved. Go!
His sacrifice shall not be forgotten.
My son.
Oh no! It is sadder. Why do you have to say anything? God damn it, Alphinaud. He just couldn't resist. Alphinaud couldn't resist. Like, go, leave me. We won't forget that he died. Alphinaud, read the room. I could not stand there in silence, but when all others had forsaken us, Lord Archivant took us in, our beacon of hope in a world of darkness. He did his utmost to raise our spirits so that we might face our troubles with courage, with conviction, so that we might face them as knights. We must press on with our mission. Tataru, pray return to your duties in the Forgotten Night. Let us go and speak with Sir Emric Faderman. I worry for his well-being.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal.
The Founding. The Scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man.
Oh, so yeah. We found out that, the lineage, that rules this land is basically manufactured. Like, they all have the same blood, in a way. Everyone does. They all have the same effective claim to the throne. But there's been a very, very, very old lie passed down to keep certain houses in rule. And Sir Emric is trying to talk to his father, the Pope, or whatever, to try to make things right. Make this knowledge open to everyone. And obviously, people in power don't want to relinquish their power, generally. So it's going as well as well. So, Emric is one of the, I believe, zaddies, what the kids say in this game. Shouldn't say kids. The young adults? What the young adults say. And he is talking to basically the Pope, his father, trying to convince him to shed light on the realization that everyone is basically equal and has the same claim to the throne. And it's going just the way you would expect when people in power are asked to potentially step down.
Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatoskr, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits.
This is a side note. I love that name for the dragon. Such a cool name.
Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hreysvelgr did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all too fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thordan's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment? Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire.
If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him. Thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
Well. Ugh, exposition. Oh, sweet, the armor's still red.
A vision of the past.
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
I have given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heavensward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Zephyrin struck down Lord Haurchefant was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls. 7 hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heavensward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable.
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heavensward and stop my father before it is too late.
I thought Estinian's armor looked cool, black, but like blood-soaked, or soaked with Nidhogg's blood. Looks even more badass. Mistress Fortunes, Master Alphinaud, I, Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of the Scions of the 7th Dawn. Of aid in preventing whatever it is that the Archbishop intends. Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for the lies he perpetuated. No more. Oh yeah, we're going with this one. Life or death, I will have Sir Zephyr's heart for what he did at Haurchefant. Gotta protect Haurchefant. Haurchefant! Yes, of course. You two were close, I know. Much has changed since our Order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat is not. If the Archbishop and the Heavensward are guilty of the crime of summoning, then Fabian and I will stop them. Would that I could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has been an Archbishop to serve as a guiding light for the masses, force for stability to counterbalance the High House's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been difficult even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Nidhogg's death did not mark the cessation of Dravanian hostilities. Far from it. We will have great need of each other in the days to come. You may ever count on my lance, Sir Emmerich. To my dying breath I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in the search for the Archbishop. Bedouin, Master Alphinaud, pray attend me outside. Very well. With me, Bedouin, I believe we have much to discuss. I will never relinquish that voice for Alphinaud after having to go through a Realm Reborn with him talking like James from Team Rocket. Never, I say. It's my own crusade. The Soleil was eastward bound, so I sent word to Camp Cloudtop on the off chance the airship passed by. Sure enough, Lady Lanyette informed me that it had been sighted by our scouts. Then the Archbishop is somewhere in the Sea of Clouds. Or was, not long ago. The airship has not been seen since it disappeared into the northern reaches near the Blue Window. Alas, because the region is firmly held by the Vanu. What was the alien race that, Robin Williams... Nanu? Yeah, that's what it was. Alas, because the region is firmly held by the Vanu and not easily accessible from Camp Cloudtop, House Hyanart has yet to establish a foothold. We would need not only an airship, but a captain bold enough to risk the Beastman's wrath. I think we both know the perfect candidate, Fadewin. Let's pay a visit to Master Garland at the Skysteel Manufactory. I see. And I will make my leave for now. There are other matters which require my attention. Ah, the dastardly duo! What mischief have you two been getting up to lately? You haven't heard, have you? I hardly know where to start. He was a good man. Sid, have you ever heard of Aziz La? The Archbishop spoke of it before he fled. No, but it's probably some source of phenomenal cosmic power that's key to his plans. From what he's told Fadewin, the Ascians tried to tempt him as they tempted Gaius with the ultimate weapon. With the Ultima weapon. Even if he spoke true about playing along, I can see him attempting to seize it. As if we needed another reason to pursue him. Well, I'm convinced. The Enterprise is at your disposal. Come to the airship landing when you're ready to depart. It's just as well. After pulling you out of the fire these last few times, I reckoned I was due to deliver you into it. Into the fire, is it? In that case, I should inform Tataru of our plans. Break on ahead to the airship landing. I shall join you anon.